Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.
Faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Mowat, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the opening draw of the Saville Mixed Doubles Classic here at the Saville Center in Edmonton, Alberta. Jim Nix with Rory McCusker bringing you this one today. Couple of really good teams. Expect this to be a real good one with Walker Muyres taking on Ashley Kalk and Craig MacAlpine. Rory, how's your mixed doubles?
You know, like any curler, I watch it during the Olympics and the major competitions, but I haven't really followed the tour that much.
No. Well, I'm kind of the same. I don't see it too much other than at those times of the year. I think it's for those that haven't watched it, I think you're in for a bit of a treat. It's very fast. It moves along very quickly, and they don't play a lot of wide open takeouts. So it's nice that way, and should be fun for those of you who have seen it. You've certainly seen Walker and Muyres for a number of years now playing together. And I'm not familiar with Ashley Kalk and Craig MacAlpine, but they're here. They aren't going to go to this event if they're not got some skills. So looking forward to it. And we're at the Saville Center, which is always good because we always know what the conditions are going to be like, and they're always going to be good. So, yeah, enjoy. Just underway here early. Also, remember too, there's only 5 rocks in mixed doubles curling. We start with a couple out there that we'll talk about later, but there's only 5 actually thrown stones. So, if you miss a couple, you've missed half the end. So you don't want to be taking too long to get that coffee or whatever it is you're running off to get.
Yeah, it is fast. It's a great TV product as well. When people first saw mixed doubles, was it the 2018 Olympics? I think was its first year. It was an early event in the Olympics. It was right when people were tuning in, and yeah, people were blown away by how quick it was, seeing men and women on the ice at the same time. And the mic'd up moments, Jim, can get really fun because there's a lot of couples that play mixed doubles, and we know what happens when couples try to do competitive things together. Sometimes it gets a little fiery out there.
Yeah, and that's true no matter what level you're at. So it's that happens in club curling and other curling, and certainly here as well. So you are watching on Curling Stadium. Curling Stadium has been busy the last few weeks. Roy certainly have had a number of events, so it's been a busy few weeks.
Yeah, it's good for us. Busy weekends and watching the tour take shape. This is where the points are won and lost in these kind of October, November events.
Yeah, and I think I'm not 100% sure. This may well be the first event for both these teams. I think it is for Walker and Muyres. I didn't see anything on the whatever the little press sheet, cheat sheet, whatever that's called, to indicate otherwise. But think they're just getting really started with the mixed doubles this year, mostly. I'm sure there's been an event or two before this. I don't know for sure, but. So you're going to see a run back now.
Yeah, I think it's the final 2 stones. I'll get the rock counter going next end here, but
Sure, yeah.
I do notice a lot of the time the teams do forget whose turn it is to throw or how many stones are remaining. And there's less players on the ice, there's less people taking care of those little jobs.
Yeah. And, it's interesting. And again, we'll cover some of this as we move along, because I'm sure there's some of you haven't seen this before. So there are some different tweaks to this. And one of them being that the person that throws the first rock throws the 5th rock at the end, and the other individual, whoever that might be, it traditionally, most of the time ends up being the male throwing the middle, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th stones. But that can switch every end. You don't actually have to keep it that way. If you don't like how it's going, or you see something that would indicate to you we're better off the other way, then you're free to change at the end of an end, obviously. But you don't have to stay with what got you there, sort of thing.
This looks a little down. I could actually see Kirk kind of sigh as he threw it, like, oh boy, I'm going to have to sweep my own rock just to get it over the hog line. And he does.
Yeah. Good job on that. So right now, I think we've got to have a little look at from the top there. Do we have that? We must have that this week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Kind of forgot about it, Jim.
That's okay. Only because I can't tell what's going on. So I need something to see other than this every now and then. So anyway, we'll get to that. There we go. Nothing's going on.
There it is.
Yeah. So it looks like yellow's sending 1, red number 2. So that'd be Kalk and MacAlpine sitting 1 right now. And who do we have with hammer? Probably must be Walker, Muyres, maybe with hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think this would be Craig's last shot, maybe of the end. But then she would have one more. Well, we're going to take us a couple seconds to get it straight in our mind. So we'll come.
I got to switch the scoreboard here. That's what's
okay.
freaking us. Ooh.
Yeah, that makes more sense. It's very nicely done.
Worked out pretty good.
Yeah, really good shot. Yeah. For a minute, I didn't know. I thought we were throwing the other color, so we got a little confused. But got her straight now, and Laura Walker now will throw her first. So it does look like the Kalk and MacArthur team has, or MacAlpine team, sorry, does have hammer here. Well, it's not a real hard-looking double, though, to be honest. Get the yellow 1 3/4 of the yellow, and you should be able to make that. It's interesting in mixed doubles because in regular curling, you count so much of throwing at the broom. It's such a big deal. Throwing at the broom as Kirk gives everybody a wave. And here, most of the time, you're not throwing at a broom. So it's interesting that's so different than in the 4-person game.
Yeah, it makes practicing different as well. So you're practicing without a broom. You're practicing with either no sweeper or really yourself sweeping. The precision is much harder to get to. So more misses in mixed doubles, kind of in a good way, and more reward for being exactly precise.
Yeah. So Laura Walker, who doesn't play much ladies in the last couple of years, but has spared for a couple of teams over the last few years, and super good player. Going to be a little thin on this, I think, and gets a piece of it, but not enough, I don't think. Looks like red will sit 1. With a chance for a big end if they want to take it. Playing the double, crosshouse double. And we do see big scores, ironically, for only 4 rocks in play, 5 rocks in play, rather. No, I guess 6 in play, 5 thrown in an end. Then mixed doubles has a lot of big ends. Like you do see scores that are not, you don't get a lot of like 3-2 games. That's partly because of how you start every end, obviously, and you can't hit anything for 4 rocks. So the rules dictate that or create that, but it's interesting that way.
Yeah, it's trying to see if they have anything for 3 or 4. That's a pretty long double.
Yeah.
It's there if she throws it hard enough.
Yeah.
You think you'd be tempted just to try and take 2, but even that's not easy, Jim. You need
easy. Yeah.
a bit of the button.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think too is drawn the edge of the button on that, probably the intern side, so you don't do anything wrong and bad on the outside. Not going to be much harder than this, I don't think, or easier than this. So both are going to be difficult. So Ashley Kalk now throwing an out turn double, a long cross house double, slides a little tight, might be a little tight on this shot, and not probably quite enough weight. May not be something that she's got in her portfolio quite as much as some, but they will pick up one, however, and we will go to end number 2 with Kalk and MacAlpine up 1-0 after one end of play here at the Saville Mixed Double Classic.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are back with Walker and Muyres. Oh, Walker and Muyres leading 1-0.
That's wrong. That'd be your scoreboard operator screwing that up.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm not trying to put you on the spot here. It's just that shows how much I go by somebody else telling me everything. So anyway, so yeah, we're Kalk and MacAlpine are up 1-0 here after one end. Walker and Muyres with hammer in end number 2. Playing 8 ends here this weekend. I don't know if they have clocks or don't have clocks, but probably not going to be a big deal either way because they do zip right along in this game, or they seem to anyways. And as I mentioned, you are not allowed to move. The end starts with 2 rocks already in play. The team with hammer starts with one behind the button, just behind the button. A little bit more than it was before, but it is back there a little bit. So. And the other team, the team that doesn't have hammer, starts with one of theirs on the center line, as you can see with the MacAlpine stone that's on the center. The end starts that way, and then there cannot be any rocks removed until after the 4th stone is thrown in the end. So basically, it's like a 4-rock rule as opposed to a 5-rock rule in 4-person curling. So you'll see a bunch of rocks in play. You can move them, you can touch them, and all that, but you can't. Probably not the center line one. I don't know, Roy. You may know that. Is that center line the same as 4-person roll? It can't be.
Well, you can't tick, but you also can't remove any stones for the first 5 that are in play. So the first 3 thrown rocks, can't remove anything.
Okay. Yeah, so that's why if you're wondering and you haven't watched any of this before, that's why you don't see anybody hitting anything. Well, since I've seen Kirk Muyres even play, I'm just sporting the mustache. It's not even November, so I assume that's something maybe he's had for a while now, but we don't see him anymore. I used to see him all the time. Good player.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he had some success at the team level as well. He's kind of just chilled out, stepped back, focused on the mixed doubles, and it's been working out for him. I saw him at the Grand Slam in Nisku. It was good to catch up.
Yeah, very good. And as I mentioned, it worked out pretty good for this team because Laura had a couple of kids over the course of a couple of seasons, and so it worked out good with Kirk not playing a ton and Laura not playing a ton, and this was a pretty good fit for them. They could play probably 3 or 4 of these events or something and play the nationals and still be able to maintain the rest of your life, basically. So, and if Kirk gets out of the way, we'll have a look at what's going on here.
Uh-oh. Managed to screw that bug right up.
Is that 2 teams that are playing here? It must be. Good thing we don't know how to say those names. So Muyres looking to move the red. Just kind of pop it over there a little bit. On the out turn. And jumping up to sweeps. Used to always teach all the kids and everything, don't be jumping up to go run and sweep your own. But now we do in this game. It's not a real great shot, I don't think. It's moves that one out of the way, but that's not really the much benefit, I don't think. So Kalk and MacAlpine now sitting 1. I haven't watched enough of mixed doubles to really have a good handle on the strategy at times. It's some might argue I don't at the 4-person team, who knows? But in the 2-person team, certainly I haven't seen enough of it to really grasp it. It's kind of a race to the middle and see what happens after about 4 rocks, and can you get more than that? So, but you got to be careful. I know that. Craig just following this down. I think they'll have to go here somewhere because it will bust here pretty quickly. Coming in, looking to just tap straight back. Gonna pop a little bit the wrong way. Just didn't really get on that when they needed to get on that, for sure. Could have probably been on that most of the way down the sheet.
Really straight spot, Jim. Hey, like that had back 8-ish weight, and it curled right across the forefoot as it came in.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Kirk's 3rd rock.
Okay.
Walker Meyer's 4th of the end. I was trying to get the rocks showing on the scoreboard there, but I couldn't figure it out.
Okay.
We'll have to just keep track on our own, which is exceedingly difficult to do, I have found, when you're watching mixed doubles.
And part of it is that there's extra rocks around. It's like, because they have all the 8 rocks are still out there, and you can't just count what's in the back to figure it out sometimes. I'm going to jam this, I think. And they will. Got in between there. I think he was trying to get across the face on that, and it was just too heavy to make that. And in a heap of trouble now, I'll tell you that, because if Ashley Kalk can put this one in the right place.
It's going to be tough to score, Jim.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough to score. He's talking about going there. He could actually come right into the top of the button almost and be just as good. But I don't know if she can come off of the yellow that's biting the edge of the forefoot or not. Yeah, it looks like she probably could if she had to. Not easy, but probably could. So big opportunity for Kalk and MacAlpine here. Again, no room to throw it. She's sort of trying to throw at the edge of the 8-foot, what she indicated. might be going to over curl a bit.
Yeah, it's tough to keep that on the high side of center for sure. Yeah. That's another one in the pile though. The stakes get raised, but won't really change Laura's shot at all. Still that out turn to the button with backing.
Yeah, never fun drawing against 2 or 3, but at the same time, like you say, this could have been a whole lot harder shot. She's going to take another foot of ice, so moving it a little bit, so she can get away with being just a touch heavy here, but she doesn't want to be real heavy, but she'll probably get away with back 8 or something like that. But she's got enough experience at this, playing this game and playing Lee's game and throwing the last rock lots of times, so it's not a shot that would worry her a whole lot. But see, Kirk's going to hold the broom here. That was interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested by that as well. I mean, the line is very important here.
Yeah. I would assume he's going to jump up and go out and help sweep, or I don't think he'll have Laura just take it all the way down, but maybe. Certainly he's got the skills to do that. Just doesn't maybe have quite the same amount of power, but let's see how we go. Textbook delivery, no question with that. A little out, but that's okay. I think on this ice, looks like Laura is going to sweep.
Yeah, that's curling already, Jim. Even though she fired that kind of outside, that's already catching some swing. Very swingy spot. A little more weight than the other draws here.
Yeah, trying to carve this now. This has got to curl. This is not going to curl enough.
Oh, no.
Ooh, big miss. And I'm thinking 3, but we'll see. 1, 2. Laura not happy. Can't blame her for that. I'm thinking it's going to be 3 when we're all set.
Yeah. Kirk kicked it, so you got to think it's 3.
Yeah. So big end for Kalk and MacAlpine now. It looks like they've sold 3 in this end to go up 4-0. After 2 ends of play, you're watching on Curling Stadium, and we are at the Saville Mixed Doubles Classic in Saville at the Saville Curling Center. Back in a minute.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting 10-fold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
So back for end number 3, the Saville Mixed Doubles Classic. Jim next with Roy McCusker. Bringing you that one. This one, yeah, it's not that hard a word. How did I have such trouble with that one? But anyway, we've done a lot of games together this year too. No excuses.
That's all right.
Yeah. So Walker and Muyres down 4-0 here early in this one, and it is early. And again, in mixed doubles, they do tend to score a lot of points. So this one's a long ways from being over, but time to make something happen if you're Walkers and Muyres for sure.
Yeah, it looks like Red has committed the ultimate sin. Team curling, mixed curling, doesn't matter. You do not tick your own center guard. That's a shot made for the opponent every single time. So with 2 in there, Walker Muyres are off to a good start this end.
Yeah, for sure. And as we said a bunch of times, you can't just hit those. So it's not like having a 4-0 lead or a 4-0 lead in the men's game or the women's game. You might decide, okay, well, let's hit one of those yellows. You can't do that yet. The only thing they got so far, they kind of have most of the control zone controlled if you're red. So we'll see where they go on this one. Going to come way around again on the in-turn.
Oh, wow. Very interesting.
Yeah, it is. This is a shot they just played, but it sure seems much more difficult than going the other way. But they figure we made it last time. We can make it again.
This is that swingy turn, Jim. So even though they're by this guard by, looked like a foot, it's just going sideways.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That curled 2 feet in its last 6 feet of travel. Looking real juicy for Walker Muyres right now. 1 place stone in the back 4, 2 rocks in the top of the house, and no threatening red stones to contend with.
No. Can hit some. Excuse me. Can hit something now anyway.
Yep, this is true.
And if he can get enough of that, and just hang around behind his own would be very beneficial. Jumped up and on it pretty quickly. She looks pretty good. Looks real good. You might want to keep sweeping it, though.
Ooh, got caught in between, Jim.
Yeah.
Got neither the double or the roll. Yeah, I think the roll would be priority, but...
Yeah, I would think so too, and it's that double would have been really tough to take on purpose, just because you risk too much risk of taking that front one. But anyway, it's there. He has to deal with Kirk has to deal with it, but at the same time, I think could have made that a lot tougher. So Kirk Muyres now looking to remove the MacAlpine stone. Already sitting 1. Laura Walker on the brush.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, I have no idea what they were playing there.
Yeah, that really got away from them. Maybe they were playing like a run and roll kind of thing, but it overcurled. It was a little down. Yeah, not a good result.
No.
Yeah, you can see he's not happy with that one.
No.
You know, both teams keeping it light, though. I've seen a few misses out here today. The partner's always got a smile and a, don't worry about it kind of attitude. That's always good to keep. You know, in 4-person curling, you can kind of ignore a grumpy guy or sort of like, get the lead to sort of calm them down as you just sort of let them cool off for a while. But mixed doubles, you only have one other person out there, so that you got to feed off each other. And so to inject some positive energy in a situation like that, I'm sure that's psychologically a good move.
Yeah. So MacAlpine now with a chance to turn this totally around this end. A minute ago, he's looking at 3. It's a little more of the traditional way that we see most of the time where the thrower jumps up and runs and sweeps. That we don't see too many times what we've seen in the last little bit where somebody holding the broom and the other person actually sweeping. But it's just, neither team dealing with this swingy ice very well right now, Roy, I don't think.
No, we haven't seen the miss outside yet. It's tough, though.
Oh, I agree, yeah. That's a big curl. There's a good possibility they worked on the rocks a little bit before this event, and I'm not putting words in anybody's mouth, but judging by the amount of curl we're seeing, and we've been here a lot, and this ice does curl really nicely, but this is a little more extreme than what we're used to early on in an event, and that sometimes happens. So
I think just making the top double's pretty good here, Jim. You don't have to worry about that back red too much.
Yeah, I would agree. You make the top double and you sit like, what would you be, 1, 3, 4? So that would be a pretty good situation.
Yeah, I guess the other option is loop that really wide in turn again in lie 2, they'll have a pretty straightforward run back to answer, but you'll lie 2 that way.
Yeah. I think this is a better, though. I agree with you. I think this is an actually better. It's got to curl a little bit. And it's a great shot.
Yeah, real nice. Now, there's some risk to trying, if you want to double those yellows off, if you ever jam it, you could give up 4. So it's decision time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's that out-turn draw.
Well, it's kind of in its own unique way. This might be a way to play a little bit of defense with what doesn't appear to be defense when you decide to play the draw. If you get number 2 in there anywhere with a 4-0 lead, it would probably be not a bad option.
Yeah, it's not a gimme like that run back to get the red out of there. It's not a gimme shot. So you can see that they're signaling hitting the one on the wing. I guess there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Not a very confident or like aggressive call, but it's probably a good scoreboard call.
Yeah, it might not be. I agree with you on the double here, because even if you make this double, you're going to roll a little bit towards the corner guard. So you're going to leave a pretty wide open shot after you're done. So it's not like you're going to necessarily steal a point by making that. I don't know about this unless you got to make the roll for sure. I like the draw. If they think they can take enough ice to make the draw.
Yeah, I like the draw too. I guess the other risk is, Jim, that there's, unless you lock it right on, like if you leave it kind of side of the button or side of the back of the forefoot, there still is the run double available. So, I mean, that super wide in-turn draw is an option as well.
Yeah, they've seen it.
You know, all in all, there's not so much risk like taking on the double. I guess with one sweeper, you'd roll open, you'd give them a chance. I don't know. I'd be tempted to that you got a lot of room by that guard. Just don't miss it wide.
Yeah.
But I guess if you do miss the double and roll your shooter out, pretty easy shot for 3. So yeah, no easy option here. This was my first instinct. I think it's the right call.
Yeah. And the Walker Muyres group just chilling in the background.
Yeah, you're seeing more of that. That was my move in junior curling. My parents told me it was disrespectful. You shouldn't do that. But I'm seeing lots more teams hanging out back there. Why not? Curling tournaments are long. You're on your feet long time. Take a little seat.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. You know, I would look at it and figure, okay, if you do that on a regular basis, I'm okay with it. If you're going to do that just because once or twice in a game we're taking a little longer than you like,
Sure.
then I don't like it. So
trying to show you some tude, saying hurry up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I saw a certain Saskatchewan curler lay right down and take a fake nap back there the other day. That did not come out super respectfully, but
yeah. So Ashley Kalk now going to play, we think. Let's wait till he puts the broom down just in case they changed it when they were going down the ice.
Oh, they did.
It might. Now going to take on the double on the yellows. Tough shot, really, but like Rory said, as long as you don't go hit this wide, you're going to probably have to get on it, though. I don't think you need to make it curl at all. It's going to get by the guard. Okay, this could be really good. This could be great.
Oh, beauty.
It's a lovely shot. Lovely shot by Ashley Kalk. That's a very nicely done. Very scary shot. Yeah.
It's a potential game winner, Jim. Like you're getting out of a jam in the third end. Now you're going to force them to one, get the hammer back. And you know, that's a big swing.
Yeah. Yeah. Big shot for Ashley too, because she had a couple there that weren't her best throws, and that was a beauty. And well called too. They did everything right on that shot. They rolled exactly to where they could. That's the best they could get out of it. And yeah, left the draw for Laura, but got to make it. Same shot she had a couple of ends ago, really. Or last end, maybe. Yeah. Just going the other way. This looks okay. Need the button. Ooh, gotta go. Gotta go hard. Kirk's going to help out. I don't know if she's going to get there. She got to go. Needs better than full 4-foot. And she is going to be short. And we're going to see another steal for Kalk and MacAlpine, and they will take a 5-0 lead now after 3 ends of play here at the Saville Mixed Double Classic. We'll be back right after this break.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Yeah.
Well, just didn't want to not mention it if it was, in fact, supposed to be there. So back for end number 4. Laura Walker in the hack. And trailing 5-0 right now to Kalk and MacAlpine. Laura's throwing an out-turn draw. Just not been her favorite shot so far today.
No, definitely not.
But this one looks quite good. Man, it's going sideways. I don't do a lot of sweeping, and I think as a sweeper that has to be tough when it's going that hard and trying to figure out whether or not you need to go or not. So I think you just got to go on everything. So Craig MacAlpine now with his will be his first rock here in the 4th end. As we mentioned, these games do move right along. Craig just going with it right now. This one probably will start to go right about here as well. Looks like they're going to be short. Wick on the guard. And not the guard, the rock in the house, but not sure exactly where he wanted that to end up, but I'm thinking probably was just going right on top of his own at the back, but just curled hard.
It would make sense to me. Yeah, it's funny. You're up 5, but there's still 5 ends left.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of play it more like a 1 or 2 up type scenario.
Yeah. Yeah, at most, yeah. This could be on the guard, and it will be.
The worst part about that, Jim, is you lose the shooter as well.
Yeah. So a chance now for Kalk and MacAlpine to keep the heat on.
Yeah, at this point you can switch gears, just start hitting. As long as you have a clear yellow one to hit, you know what shot you're playing.
So just to clarify on when you're actually allowed to play the hits, it is when again?
I think once there's 5 rocks in play, it's like a modified 5 rock rule.
Okay, yeah. So you can actually hit on, 5 rocks in play. So are we there? I guess we are.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and Kirk removed that guard on his as well.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I had in my head, I don't know why, but I had in my head it was like you couldn't do anything till after the fourth thrown rock, but it must be one before that, I guess.
Yeah, you know what? I am not an expert. I will be happily proven wrong on all of this. I haven't really played much mixed doubles. There's one league at my club, and I'll spare sometimes, and it's fun. But even at that league, no one really knows what's going on. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to Google that later. I don't have any chat box up here, so.
It's a tough situation. I mean, what do you freeze to? Really, like, do you still have hope of counting your one in the back? Do you kind of go tap tap and rearrange the angles? Not a lot of happy outcomes here.
Yeah, it's in 5-0. Can you afford to really just get rid of rocks? I don't know. I think it's just tapping one back a little bit. Although this looks like a hit, soft hit. Probably the middle one. And he does. So good throw for Kirk Muyres. You really need a little help here. I mean, if you're going to score a few points, you're going to need a couple of, at the very least, half shots by the Kalk and MacAlpine team to give you a really good chance here, because this many rocks in play, you're not, and no guards to work with, like you say. It's not really, there's not a lot of opportunity here to really kind of develop an end. Just kind of be, you're going to need a little help. That's all.
Yeah, they're looking for something behind the tee line, something that'll set up an angle or a pocket.
Okay, going from one side to the other. And it's going to be pretty good. Probably going to roll out.
Yeah, it would have been nice to hang on to that one, because now there's hope of counting that back yellow once again. Now second shot, so little corner tap. Oh, okay.
Tough though. If you don't corner tap that now or move it a little tiny bit, it's going to be really hard to get that out and stay. So I think you're going to have to move it a little bit. Tough spot. Even if you bump it a little bit and it touches your own on the way by, it's not the end of the world. It sets up the better angle for you. Or it's not. I don't know if you'll love that. If you make this and they make a decent shot, they could be sitting 3, get rid of all of yours in one stone, if that's where you're talking about going, where the broom is. Would you ever hit number 2 and roll over in front with the possibility that if you don't score multiple points, you might still get a blank end out of this?
Yeah, that's what Kirk was sort of signaling towards. As of right now, I bet you do have kind of a half rock with hack weight to get that red one out of there, but you'd love to create a new angle or move it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, my instinct is, to move both. Move red and yellow.
Yeah, I think if you're going to move the red one on the back of the button, you got to move the yellow one too. I agree. Straight back doesn't help you at all. Hardest thing here is they've been having a struggle kind of controlling the amount of curl that we have here now, and now you're going to introduce another different weight. It just becomes a little bit of a challenge, but anyway, got to play it. You got down 5-0. You got to make something happen other than just getting one. So it's about here where it starts to go pretty hard. Got a little extra weight. This looks like it could be good.
Yeah, that extra weight didn't quite curl the way they thought it would. Not the worst. Kind of just came a little too deep. Not the worst idea, though.
No, I agree. Yeah, we often have to tell the kids sometimes, just because you don't end up with what you thought you ended up doesn't mean it was bad strategy. It's kind of like, it wasn't a bad call. Just because you didn't make it and it didn't work out, it's not, doesn't mean you shouldn't have tried that. But a good chance here for MacAlpine is, who's strong? Okay. Ashley's throwing. So interesting turn here, I guess. I'm assuming she's sort of playing the double here, or at least the nose hit and roll over towards that. Nose hit and roll, that doesn't really make sense, but almost nose hit and roll. Really hit and stay almost anywhere you force her to one. So
Yeah, pretty well. You lie 3 and yeah, that should do the trick.
yeah.
Again, no sweeper, hey?
No. Ooh, this is going to be got to go on this, I think. No, it's holding.
This is the straighter side, Jim.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah, that was fairly easy, actually. I thought that was going to curl really hard. Very nicely done.
Yeah.
Kalk team definitely been the steadier of the two, for sure. Laura Walker really just trying to figure out which way you want to go to get one. Absolute must of a shot. Kirk's going to help sweep this one, or be the sweeper on this one.
Yeah, this will be a good chance to kind of set her mind right, get that kind of feel back. She missed a few of those sort of draws or hits for one, so it'll feel good to make this one.
Absolutely, yeah. Looks pretty good out of her hand, as much as we can tell from here. Just a little bit of cleaning by Kirk Muyres. Going to curl a little bit more. It's not going to stay.
Wow.
Wow, man.
Just overthrown.
Yeah, it didn't look like that coming out. She's so smooth coming out of the hack. It's hard to tell sometimes. But so MacAlpine and Kalk will pick up another point here. And then number 4, they'll take a 6-0 lead as we go to the break.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the RockShop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
So we're back where Kalk and MacAlpine have a commanding lead over Laura Walker and Kirk Muyres after 4 ends of play. And we have a score of 6-0. Been a struggle for Laura Walker and Kirk Muyres so far today. They just can't seem to get anything to work out for them. And usually when you're struggling a little bit, that's what happens. You're not going to be the team that gets the breaks, or it's something that's going to go your way that you haven't really earned. So we'll see how they get along here. They still have 4 ends to go. And we mentioned a couple times that mixed doubles is an interesting game. Just because they can't take anything out for a few shots, then there's going to be some rocks in play, and they're going to be yours a lot of the time. So you can certainly claw back in this without needing a whole lot other than just making some steady shots for a while.
Yeah, so it looks like we've got our power play. Looks like Walker Muyres have moved the set stone and the guard over to the corner. And Kalk and MacAlpine have used the sort of bump shot to get it out of the way.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out how they did this because I'm looking at the rocks and thinking the rocks can't be where they are right now.
Yeah, sort of like a tick, but they kind of just sort of bump it into the rings.
Yeah. So looking for a draw for MacAlpine. This actually indicates just throw a draw, outturn draw over towards the yellow. On the left as we look at it here, or on the right as we look at it here.
Switched it up on you.
That's all right. It's early in the day. I'm still hard to trick. So this might bump a little bit. Okay, it's all right. Notice Laura didn't try to do anything with it either. They probably need everything they can find, no matter if it's behind that tee line or not. And they're all her rocks, so she doesn't want to sweep it out. So all of a sudden, you do have some positivity going for the Walker and Muyres team here. A chance to draw in, sit two. At least partially buried, if not fully buried, behind the red stone, unfortunately for them. But right now they have to use what they can. Start busting in there pretty good. Might be a little warm.
Trying to hide rocks wherever you can right now.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot.
For sure it is. Corner frozen their own. Now with a 6-0 lead, 4 ends to go, you can start to think a little defensively. I think taking a crack at that run back isn't the worst idea.
No, I agree.
Could follow it in as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand why though. If you can run that one back, I think you go ahead and try to make that. And worst case scenario, it's going to be wide open, maybe wide open for the next shot if you don't make it, or the other team has to waste a few guarding it up. So this is probably the best shot if you make it. It's just, they're going to think about it a little bit more. Interesting. Okay. They're going to play the run back after all. I don't know what they were doing over beside the other rock. I don't see that at all. I don't know what they were doing there, but it does look like he's going to play the outturn run now, run double.
Yeah, I think it's just so natural. You get that yellow anywhere on the top, and it's both of those go.
Yeah. You throw it pretty hard and plan on it holding there. He's not taking really any ice to speak of. As he jumps up, heads down, and not on it yet, just kind of clean. He must be close. Got to be really close. And could be really good. Well, I didn't get rid of both, but
yeah, really interesting result. That's kind of lucky that he's just right in front of the other yellow.
Yeah, I almost didn't see how you were ever going to leave one of those yellows once you got it going in the right direction, but he did. He didn't throw a rocket at it either. He just threw a solid hit at it and worked out pretty good.
An interesting slide. He didn't rock his hips back at all. He kind of just like fell forward out of the hack. It's
yeah,
kind of interesting. Well, Walker Muyres desperate to get on the board here.
Yeah,
that's a lot of ice for a freeze, but I think they need it.
Yeah. It's one of those situations that never really makes sense, but you just say, look, we just got to get rid of the hammer here somehow. Hopefully that means we score more than one, but we got to at least score. So this weight on this looks not bad, but is it going to be a little bit heavy? No, it looks good. Keep the angle right. Angle's good. Could have probably.
I feel like they just over curled by an inch at the end there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Might even be something to squirt the yellow out of the rings if you slam it third of a rock. I'd be interested to see.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. To be honest, that's what it looked like when Craig put the broom down there. But
I was wondering, this is the wrong turn though, and that's a lot of ice. I think they're just trying to go nose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, at first I thought he was trying to squirt it out to the right as we look at it on the long view there, and I thought that's going to be really hard. Well, we'll see. He's going to hit something. It's going to overcurl a little bit to have any chance of. It'll be right on the nose, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Turns out that back yellow was going no matter what, Jim.
Yeah.
Still, 3 is looking unlikely right now. They'd need a pure rollout.
Yeah, this is where you're gonna have a good look at it. Ooh, we got feedback here. There we go. This is where you kind of sometimes, you try so hard to figure out how to get 3 that you don't even end up getting your 2. And I know 2's not a lot right now, but 2 would be much better than 1. So.
Man, Kirk just jumps in the hack and throws. He beats my camera switch almost every time.
Yeah.
He is quick. A little bit of curling to do here. You don't want to lose your one on the button. As long as that sticks in the ring somewhere. No.
Yeah, this team just can't get it going here in this one. That's a pretty simple shot for curlers at this level. Basically, you're just trying to hit that and maybe roll a little bit one way or the other, but to just hit and roll out is, you just can't expect that. So Ashley Kalk now with a chance to force Muyres and Walker into taking a single point, or trying to take a single point again, just by hitting and staying here. You do want to stay. You don't want to give Laura just an open hit for 2. You'd like to make them work. He gets a little tight on this slide on that side. Or tight, wide, whichever shot you're throwing. I guess wide on this case. But she's going to be okay. Yeah.
Ooh. It's tricky, but they have to try it.
Yeah, I agree. It's not quite the easiest double you ever had. I think she has to just feather the front one, right? I don't think you can get the double. I think you make the double the other way, but I don't think you can stay. So I think you got to feather the top one and make the double that way.
Yeah, it's going to have, if you touch the top one first, it's going to have so much spin. It's going to be tough keeping in the rings. It's that, or you just ever so slightly hit the back one first and just try to kick the side. I don't know if there's enough room for that. Red got really lucky with where that rolled to.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be interesting to see. It's you can hit that back one first if you just kind of got to hit about 7/8 or something of it, as little as you can get by just missing that top one. And then if you do touch a top one, I would be interested to see. You're right. I think it will spin for sure. It's just a matter of whether or not you can throw the weight that would make it not go far enough, I guess. So Laura Walker, anyway, with a chance to score here for sure, and looking to make a double for 2. Difficult double, but we think it's there. Well, we know it's there. It's just a matter of whether you can hang the shooter around. Kirk not touching. It looks like going to be a single at best. Maybe not even. Craig MacAlpine, and they will get on the board. Laura Walker with a hit and stick. Not the double she was looking for, but she did get one, and they will take that single to the fifth end, trailing 6-1, going to the sixth end. We're back after the break.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
So back for end 6. Kalk and MacAlpine leading Walker and Muyres by a 6-1 score, with Hammer playing in number 6. Long way back for the Walker Muyres squad, but they at least have the benefit of a lot of experience in this type of format, so they understand what it would take. Now it's just a matter of putting the execution to that. But they will understand what it would take to get back in a game like this, because they really are just on the verge of being out of this one, to be honest.
Yeah, that said, though, it's like one big end. What's working against them is that Redhead still has their power play, and they can use it almost offensively as well. So
yeah. Both these teams play out of Edmonton. Probably right here, I guess.
yeah, Kirk, Saskatchewan boy originally, but I think he's in Saskatoon now.
Yeah.
An easy but long and boring drive to Edmonton, about 5.5 hours.
Oof. Very nicely done there by Muyres.
Yeah, for sure. They were due for one.
Yeah, way too good a team to not be able to find anything to work for them here in the last 4 or 5 ends. So peel attempt coming for Greg MacAlpine. And this looks fine. So we're at that point now. This looks very much like a regular 4-person game, and Walker and Muyres pretty much having to guard up their single rock, at least for now. They're going to need more than one somewhere along the way, but they certainly are not going to be able to afford to give up any more points, I don't think. So start by getting some guards on this, and at some point, maybe you do something different. It might not be to your last shot when you try to freeze to your own and try to set up a really difficult removal of even one of the 2 stones. But for now, I think this is going to be the guard on the center line.
Yeah, no choice. Just got to keep plugging away this middle and then hopefully lock one on eventually, try to steal 2 that way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it's far too early to make a play to the middle. I think she just got talked out of a bad idea there.
Yeah.
Or he tried to talk her into one. Not sure. We can't hear.
Yeah,
So.
could be either way. They've just had good success, so I think they just hesitate to take the offense out of anything.
Oh, he's wide on this one.
Uh-oh.
Just whipped it out a little bit. That's a miss.
Yeah, big miss. So what's your play now, Roy?
I think since you're down 5, you gotta just kind of. I know that guard's really low and it's not perfect, but you got to pretend it's the best guard in the world and just keep pumping them in right behind there and just hope they aren't going to make a run back or something like that. Maybe if they rip the guard, you can make a little bit of a better guard. I think you're pumping the forefoot from now until the end of the end.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, good look at this one coming in. Have to go hard though. Ooh, didn't rub.
Great sweep from Kirk there.
Yeah.
Ended up in a great spot. Lined up.
Yeah, as we said the last time, you're going to need a miss or two somewhere along the way, or a little bit of help, a couple of half shots or something to get back in that, and that's where and that's kind of where we are right now. You know, certainly Craig could get at least a couple out on this shot. And if he does, the Crown Gods just aren't with you, I guess. But at least they have an opportunity. So Craig looking to improve on the last one. The last one, he just kind of got outside on and it didn't work. This going fairly hard on this, but not real hard. It must be in the neighborhood of being good. Hit a lot of rocks, but
didn't have enough weight. I think on that shot, you can never throw enough weight. Like more the merrier. That just seemed like a kind of normal weight.
Yeah,
I feel like you needed a big blast there.
Yeah,
2 yellows counting.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing here is to just make them throw against multiple. Like it doesn't really matter if it's the easiest shot in the world or anything. Just make sure that there's multiple yellows that she has to shoot against. Down 5 like this, you need a miss anyway. So, right,
Yeah.
Just make sure the opportunity's there.
It looked like they indicated they want to put this, just maybe bite the forefoot pretty much in the middle of the 2 stones.
Yeah, I think just kind of on the low side of center line is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, because anywhere up in that neighborhood, and she's probably going to try to play some sort of a double, but it'll be a double that if she doesn't make, she's going to give up 2. So let's see where she ends up with this one. That's just about exactly where they wanted it. Just exactly where they wanted it. So it'll be an interesting call.
Shows a bit of the back ones, but neither are easy. And yeah, line 3, it's finally some momentum going for Walker Muyres here.
Yeah. There is a shot to score if you want to go through one of those holes. But they're both a little bit scary, but I don't know. I think, yeah. So she's going to play that. Looks like she's going to play that shot, or she wants to play that shot anyway, unless Craig talks her out of it. Unless you think you can make a double, though, unless you feel pretty good at making a double, then probably just hitting that back one on the left, right where she wants to hit, is the shot. And she's going to play that.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest hole. And we've seen rocks curl quite a bit down there, so getting through that hole is not going to be the biggest In fact, just keeping it straight enough to nose it might even be more of the challenge. But nice, firm control weight. Should be good. What you can't do is over curl and tick the red guard. Yeah, he's just telling her, as long as you hit something that's yellow, it's going to be okay.
Yeah, they may change this, but I think it's I think for her to make the double is going to be more difficult than just throwing that shot she originally called.
Yeah,
and I think that it's that the scary part for that one for me is if you just happen to you feather that top yellow and you don't get it out, and then your shooter goes out and you give up 3. That's the only thing that I don't like. I agree you could hit the guard, but you'd hope it wouldn't hit the guard. But anyway.
Yep. Two ways to give up 3 here for sure. The way you just mentioned and taking the red guard. That's why you just throw it to make it. Nice, solid control weight. Know that it's going to curl.
Yeah.
And have faith that you've read the ice here. And yeah, just solid slide, solid throw. Keep that thing with a lot of rotation, and it should work out for you.
Yeah, it's an interesting shot. It's a shot that could be the end of the shot. After the shot's done, the game could be over for the MacAlpine and Kalk team with a win, or it could get you really close.
Bit of a funky throw there. She didn't really give it an outward momentum. This is going to want to curl. Got to keep this straight. Yeah, that was a poor throw for sure.
Wow, and we have a steal of 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Muyres and Walker, right out of nowhere. They pick up a 3-hander here in 6, and now they trail by a score of 6-4. Still tough, but much more manageable than it was 10 minutes ago. So we'll be back right after the break with end number 7 at the Saville Mixed Doubles Classic.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock.
This way you missed out on
Yeah. So back for our end number 7, Rory, and all of a sudden we got a game.
Yeah, and both teams have hammer. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Well, it's just your Canadian niceness coming through. Anyway.
But yeah, that's why you stick around, Jim. Mixed doubles, anything can happen. There's some pretty good shots made by Team Muyres. It started with Kirk's first rock, that perfect freeze on the back, but
yeah.
2 big missed hits, one on the very last of the end, and then MacAlpine's second was a bad miss as well, and that's how quick it can happen.
Yeah. And we said it, but I don't even know that I believed it 100%. But in this one, it sure changed things up, and all of a sudden, we got a tight battle in a very experienced team down 2 without hammer. Tells me that the Kalk and MacAlpine better hang on a little bit here.
So we have another power play, Jim. That's why the initial stones are kind of stuck to the side. Looks like Team Muyres threw a center guard on their first one, come around from Kalk and MacAlpine, and a counter come around from Kirk Muyres. Should fairly effectively drag play to the middle of the ice, which is the whole point.
Yeah.
But did leave the door open for the 4-foot here.
So it looks like a peel attempt coming from MacAlpine.
Yeah, not going to take the bait, Jim. Walker Muyres would just love if MacAlpine drew one into the 4-foot, even if it was a perfect draw.
Yeah.
At least that center's play. You can get a force. But this peel signals that Kalk MacAlpine understand that the most important thing here is keeping the middle clean, making sure they can bring play to the wings, keep some red rocks around, and maybe score 2. If not, leave a very easy shot for 1.
Yeah.
I would say now this I'm just making this up, Jim. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But I think for Walker Muyres, a force is better than a steal. Well, I don't know. Like, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough
Yeah. Down 3 when you only have 5 to work with. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not.
I'd agree with you. It was 2.
The thing about mixed doubles is we only have about like 7 or 8 years of watching experience, and most of us haven't even been watching that closely.
Yeah, true enough.
The trends and the styles and like, there's no 89 Brier final to recall about, like, why this strategy may or may not work. It's still so new. So it's tough to know exactly what is the best, what isn't.
So Kirk puts up the guard, and it was a good one, and MacAlpine will be peeling it away again. Just a reminder, everybody, you are watching on Curling Stadium on our YouTube channel, and please like and subscribe to our channel, as it's very helpful for us, helpful for you, keeps us in the position to be able to show you lots of curling all year long, as we have been doing a lot of lately. So, yeah, and we're here all weekend for this Saville Mixed Doubles Classic, so please enjoy. A little tighter on this one, but should be okay. Nope, not going to be okay. Well,
got away with one there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Craig, and hopefully he doesn't take any offense to that. I don't know that the big weight peel shot is really one that's in his wheelhouse, and it's we saw that last time when we thought he might have thrown a little bit more weight at a shot, and it seems like maybe that's just not something he's as familiar playing with in as some people do, for sure. Like me, I never could do that shot. I know I have to throw it harder, I just can't. Anyway, that might be because I'm old too. So the guard goes back up for Muyres. This one's going to over curl a little bit, but still pretty good. Still probably has to be removed.
Yeah, you could come in on this one. Walker Muyres only has 1 shot to respond, so you're getting forced here for sure. So may as well try for 2.
Yeah, true enough. Kirk going to sit down again. So it'll be interesting to see what they do decide here after another minute or 2. Got a timeout.
Yeah, why not?
It's interesting now. We have even a lot of these teams will have coaches. I don't say that like it's a bad thing, but it's just sort of a sign of the times. It just wouldn't be too many years ago that nobody would have a coach, for goodness sakes, for mixed doubles. But except for when you go to the Olympics, when you have about 5 of them or something. But so I don't know who the coach is, but he's coming out to have a chat. Consideration here really is, I guess, twofold. Like, or you just peel the guard, or 3 maybe. Peel the guard, remove the back one, or just draw right in there.
I just think that guard's so high, Jim. You could win the game by line 3 here and daring them to make a absolutely perfect draw. So my mind goes towards removing that back one, kind of rolling out of, side of the 8-foot, side of the 12-foot kind of thing, and daring Walker to make a perfect draw. Even if she does, you'll probably still have a hack weight chase with the way it's moving. Yeah. We've covered a lot of games at the Saville Center here, Jim. This is definitely the swingiest I've seen it. I think they've got the humidity under control. It's a little colder in Western Canada this week, so might be in the benefit of the ice makers, and we're just seeing a lot more grab. May have treated the rocks, but either way, that hack weight chase I think is back in play.
So not a lot of weight on this, but should be okay. Looks like it might be the perfect weight. Is he going to sneak it by the back one? And he will. Very nicely done.
Yeah, I would have preferred rolling that right out, because now, you can show him a bit on the intern side, and there's a jam. So I think you've just given Walker Muyres, an obstacle to work with.
Yeah.
Either way, made shot, line 3, and game on the line for Walker Muyres.
Yeah.
But that's nothing new. Game's been on the line for about 45 minutes now for these two.
Yeah. And just watching Kirk have a look there, and Lord tracking, it certainly looks like where they're trying to get to is where you were indicating a little bit, Roy, where he gets a little bit on the overcurl here, so the in-turn becomes very difficult to remove. And the out-turn becomes even a little bit more difficult because the rock can be a little bit higher probably than it would have before. So if she makes it perfect, it'd be a good opportunity to steal one here. But it has to be perfect. Lower Walker. Just an out-turn. Call it a freeze if you want. It's really just a T-line draw. Whoa, this one's out a long ways. This is not coming back, Roy. This is might get something else out of it.
That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
Its second shot may have saved the game.
Yeah, interesting enough. Yeah.
Just heavy and
sorry, I have to assume that she just got wide on that. But
yeah, pretty lucky. That's it's going to keep them in the game here. Even if they give up 2, they'll have a shot, a sniff. They'll play 8.
Yeah.
Okay, draw to the full 8-foot. Kind of a newer draw path. They haven't really been using this one as much.
No. Big shot. You have a chance to almost end it with this shot versus having to play and being under a little more pressure. If you only get the 1. This looks a little warm.
Should come down. They've got their own red one to chisel off of.
Oh, it's going to be perfect, I think. Oh. And they make it. They will score 2 and take a commanding 4-point lead to the 8th and most likely final end here at the Saville Mixed Doubles Classic. We will be back for the final end, or at least the 8th end, in just a minute.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Started in Nova Scotia yesterday. So we are back for end number 8. So, Roy, how do you get 4 if you're down 4? Thoughts?
Oh, man. It's a good question. Well, you need a miss of some kind for sure. And you start with 1 in the rings.
Yeah.
So, yeah. 3 more have to get in there without being removed. I don't know. I'm avoiding the question, Jim. I don't know how you do it.
That's okay. I don't have an answer either. I figure Lord just threw that out-turn draw in there instead of the in-turn, trying to practice that shot. She just can't figure the last one. That's where she was trying to put the last one, just about exactly.
Yeah, it looks like they got a tap back from Kalk.
So, like we said, there's not a lot of. It's hard to play defense in mixed doubles, and this is a good example of that, where Kalk and MacAlpine have a 4-point lead here in the final end, and they're not able to hit yet. I know that's the same in the 4-person game to a point, but it's not so much when there's rocks in the house. So here you can't really hit anything. You're moving around, you just can't take it out. So we'll see how he goes. Just coming down to the yellow. Maybe a touch warm, but should be pretty good if he moves it out a little bit. Move it out in the open. That's not going to hurt him a whole lot.
Yeah, they got something obvious to hit next time.
Yeah.
Geez, I'd consider throwing a 4-foot line guard to protect that one, and just let red think that they can keep drawing the middle, because right now they're going to hit that open one. You're going to have some kind of angle. Just needing 4 is so much tougher than needing 3.
Yeah. Kirk Muyres working hard on this. Needs to at least get a bite. Even a bite's better than nothing. Doesn't quite get that. It doesn't seem like much, and normally a biter is not necessarily something you really desperately need, but in this situation, down 4, might be the 4th rocks at some point.
Yeah, they got to put every rock in the rings at this point now.
Yeah. It's Craig MacAlpine throwing the in-turn hit. And looks okay. Swept it. Keep it straight. Could have probably just let it flop on top of the pile and been just as good, but.
Or get the double.
Yeah.
That almost ends the game. Technically, you could split that top one in, but.
Well, yeah.
Oh, frick. You might even have to do that right now.
Yeah. How many rocks we have left now?
2 left for Walker Myers. This is Kirk's last one.
Okay. Yeah, so I think you got to make the double, leave it there behind somehow, and then, well, I don't know how that's going to work. It's going to be extremely difficult.
You got to waste a rock on the split. So all 3 reds need to leave right here, right now, if that's what you're doing.
So you got to play the triple. Yeah, I agree. So you hit the one on the tee line, catch the, I don't know, where somehow you got to figure out how to make all those other ones go. I'm not sure where you can hit that. I think you got to hit the back one and hope that you can throw it hard enough that that front one goes sideways. And he's throwing it hard enough, but he's going to be
that picked, Jim. There was that's unfortunate. You don't like to see a game end on that.
No, for sure. The only saving grace, if you will, is that it probably wasn't going anywhere anyway. I don't know that they have enough rocks left to.
No, this is game over. I'm not sure what's going on right now.
I'm pretty sure they're not fooling us and telling us we're playing more ends, but I
got it wrong, or Kirk's got one left. It's very difficult. Very difficult, Jim, to keep track of how many rocks are left to mix doubles. I can't be alone with that.
Yeah, I have to believe they have one more too. They would definitely be shaking if they didn't, because there's no way. Yeah, we'll see in a minute.
No, apologies, people. Bad commentary. We didn't know how many rocks were left. That's why the rock counter is so important for mixed doubles.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I don't know if that shot did any good, but I don't know if it did any harm. So we have so many in there right now that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no quad, so it's just one more rock that you eventually have to get rid of. Outside double jams. Yeah, it's not looking good. You could run and roll. No, they're going to choose to
kick. The infamous kick shot.
kick.
Anyway.
X is on the board.
Yeah, this one will end with Ashley Kalk and Craig MacAlpine securing a victory over Walker Muyres by a 8-4 count. Clearly the better team in this game. The Walker's Muyres teams they just struggled in this one. I think, Rory, it's not usual that happens for them, but they did in this one.
Yeah, it was a rough go getting their legs under them, but you know what? You can expect this team will bounce back, and we might even see them on Sunday.
Absolutely. So draw number 1 over and in the books here at the Saville Mixed Double Classic. For Rory McCusker, I'm Jim Nix, and thank you for watching on Curling Stadium, and we'll see you again in probably a couple of hours. Thanks very much.
Very good.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.